2020 has been one crazy roller coaster of a year. A lot has been happening, one of them being the pandemic. And I don't even know what else is yet to come. The memes are saying aliens, and the memes have not been wrong yet. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Harun, welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's been a crazy year. Yes, it's been a tough year. But amidst this whole mess that's been happening, right, with this pandemic, it's affected us on a global level. And as we all know, anything that affects us at a global level affects the global economies as well. It especially affects the US economy. So I want to make a video today, talk to you guys about how I was able to see an opportunity with this and how that opportunity has made me $20,000. So I'll make it a very candid video. I'm going to go into my investment platform, show you guys a portfolio, show you guys what stocks I've invested in and why I invested in those stocks. And then from there, I'll talk to you guys about some tips and advice of, what I've learned, what has helped me. So the investment platform that I use is called Robinhood. So as you can tell right now in my portfolio, I have about $40,000. And if we click on all, that number that's underneath that 16,855 number, that's my all-time ROI, my all-time return on investment. Meaning that out of that $38,000 that I've invested in stocks, $17,000 of that has been profit. All right, so how was I able to take $20,000 and turn it into $40,000? Let's go ahead and talk about that, which brings us to tip number one, which is identifying an opportunity. So let's go back into the application. How was I able to identify these opportunities during this pandemic? What was my thought process? So when I saw that this pandemic was taking place, the US economy went down, and the first things that are affected by a collapsed economy are banks, financial institutions. That's why if you guys take a look, some of my top stocks are JP Morgan Chase. I invested in them. I invested in Wells Fargo. This was just me going into the stock market. So I just made very minimal money, right? $53, nothing too much there. New York Mortgage Trust, that's another financial institution. I made $8.10 for the win. And then, the pandemic just became even bigger. It became more serious, right? Then the government was like, all right, guys, this is serious. You're gonna have to be quarantined. You're gonna have to be self-isolated. I'm just like going crazy. I'm like self-isolated. I can't travel. I can't see my friends. There was a travel ban, and just like, everyone was just going crazy, including me. But I was like, wait, somebody say travel ban? Did somebody say that I can't take an airplane anymore to go anywhere? Which means that nobody else can take that, which means that the airlines are gonna be affected by this. That's another opportunity for me, right? Opportunity number two, invest in airlines, which is exactly what I did, right? I invested in Delta Airlines. I made $700 there. Invested in American Airlines. I made $1,300 there, right? And then from there, I was like, okay, I gotta think outside of the box. If we have a travel ban, there's self-isolation, there's quarantining. Where are people not quarantined and they're traveling? I was like, cruise lines. That's a good thing to go into, right? I looked into Royal Caribbean. At the time when I bought Royal Caribbean, I invested like around $1,000 with them. I bought them at $28.93. I think I bought them lower than that because the $28 is an average cost. And then the stock price went up. It went from like 26, 27 when I bought them to like 33. So I made, I think I made like $200-300 there. I was like, okay, this is good. I did more research in Royal Caribbean, and I invested more with them. And by more, I mean I put almost like $10,000 into Royal Caribbean. That's not a smart thing to do. A lot of you guys are probably going to be like, where's your portfolio diversification? How are you not putting that 10 G's into multiple stocks? That way, if one goes down, you're not really affected by that. That's a very smart thing to do. That's something that I did not do because I did my research and I had enough trust in my decision where I was like, okay, I'm gonna put the whole 10,000 into this so I can make the most money from this one stock. And I was able to do that. I bought them at $28.93 average. I have 246 shares. That means that I put in, do the math, that's around $7,100 is what I invested with them. And I currently have $17,000. I made $13,000 from the stock, which is amazing, but that's not always the case. I could have easily lost that $7,000-8,000 there, right? So that's that. I invested in Carnival as well. That's another cruise line. I made $700 there. Then I was like, yo, what else is affected? The US used car market was affected by that too. And I invested in cars.com, bought them at $3.83 average price. I made $1,200 there. So you guys get the point. I'm not gonna go into Hertz. I'll tell you guys why. That's gonna come later on in the video. But yeah, so identifying an opportunity and jumping right on it and grabbing that. You have to have money to be able to make money, right? So I'm not gonna go into telling you guys how you should make money. I'm hoping that you guys can figure that out on your own or will figure that out on your own. What I do want to go into is having a lifestyle that allows you to, to save as much money as you can, right? So if you're the type of person that goes or has to go to Starbucks every single day because you need your daily coffee, that's around $6-7 a day that you're spending on caffeine, right? That's money that you could be saving there. That's around $300 a month that you're just spending on coffee. So invest in a coffee grinder, invest in just, making coffee at your own house, or go somewhere else cheaper, right? Think of ways that you can change your lifestyle to be able to, save money here or there, wherever, so that money can go into your savings or into your pocket, so that when an opportunity like this arises, that you have something in a savings account, that you have something saved up where you can take money out of that and you can invest into it. Only invest what you guys are willing to lose. That's such an important tip. Let's say that you've saved up money, you've saved up $10,000. Your goal is not to invest that whole 10 grand into something, right? Into a house, into the stock market, whatever, right? Because let's say in the worst possible case scenario, you lose all of that. You're not gonna be comfortable losing your whole savings account. That's not the case. When I invested my $10,000, or I'm sorry, when I invested my $20,000, I was in a position where I was like, okay, I better make most of that money back and more, right? That's your mentality. But I was also in a position where I was like, okay, Harun, if you lose that, are you gonna be all right? Are you not gonna be a lost cause? And the answer was yes, I would be all right, right? So you wanna be in a position where whatever money you invest from your savings, from whatever, into anything, that you also are thinking about the worst case scenario and you're comfortable losing that. All right, the last thing I want to mention to you guys is make sure that you guys do your due diligence before investing in anything, whether it's a stock market, a house, a car, whatever that is. Always keep in mind that you're working with your own hard-earned cash, right? And I kept Hertz as the last thing because, let me show you guys. So going back into my Robinhood account, if you go to Hertz, I bought Hertz, 50 shares of Hertz at $4.78. They are now trending at $2.88, where I lost $95. Last week, there were as low as like 80 cents, 70 cents, right? That's terrible. And here's why. So I did not do any research when I invested in Hertz at all, right? For me, it was more so like, look, I travel a lot. I've been in a lot of airports, international and domestic. And every single one of those airports that I go to, I see Hertz right there with every other car rental company. So in my head, I'm like, there's no way that they're not gonna come back from this economic collapse. They're gonna make my money at least, if nothing else, right? Because I went back to the 1 year mark, they were trending at $16. I went back to the 5 year mark, they were as high as like 40, 50 bucks, right? I was like, yeah, they're gonna come back for sure. But I was wrong, right? As of last week, Hertz declared bankruptcy, and I don't even know if they're gonna make up any of this back at all. So make sure that you guys do your research, and keep in mind that every stock that you guys invest into, these are publicly traded companies, meaning that all their financial information should be publicly available to all of us that want to invest in them, right? So you can Google Hertz, you can literally go to Google and be like, Hertz income statement, Hertz financial statement, look into that, see if it makes sense to you, right? Do they have enough cash, liquid cash available to be able to thrive in a market that has no customers for them for the next 5 to 6 months? So make whatever guess you guys make and invest in whatever based on an educated guess. And that concludes our video for today. If you guys make a lot of money from these amazing tips and advice that I share with you guys, I'll link my Venmo down below, so share accordingly. All right, guys, if you have any questions about anything that I shared with you today, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know if you guys invested in the stock market. Did you make money? Did you lose money? What did you guys invest in even, I'd like to know. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel by joining the family. Subscribe to the channel by joining the family. Guess that works. Join the family by subscribing to the channel. See you guys in the next one. Peace.